Can the Mavericks make it 3 in a row and get some revenge on the Miami Heat tonight as they return to the American Airlines Center? We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs pregame show, powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Kel'el. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, come your favorite team, especially when they're looking for some revenge on the Miami Heat tonight at the American Airlines Center. We'll get you ready for tonight's game over the course of the next half hour. Our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. going to be joining us live from the AAC as well to get you caught up on what Jason Kidd had to say prior to tonight's action as the Mavericks welcome in Tyler Hero and the Miami Heat tonight, coming back after their 4-game road trip, ready to take on a Miami team that's been really good this year. Appreciate all of you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you are here as well on this wonderful Wednesday. Bobby Kel'el, how we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see if the Mavs can help me get to wonderful.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's the month of December. It's my birthday month. It's Christmas time as well. So it is Christmas time. Shout out to Charlie Brown.
You'll be happy to hear this news, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday. So I missed out. Well, I took advantage of some ALLCITY Black Friday stuff. Hopefully you did as well. Cyber Monday ends in like 4 hours, by the way. We extended Cyber Monday all the way to Wednesday, so take advantage while you can. Become a diehard. It's $26. It's a great deal. Do it if you are able. But I kind of I was working so much during Black Friday, I forgot to shop for myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yesterday I get home and I'm thinking, man, you know what? I could really use a tablet.
Okay.
So I ordered a tablet on the internet, and I am a complete sucker. I paid full price for it.
Oh, wow.
I was like 2 or 3 days late. Against my own better judgment.
You couldn't wait till Cyber Monday to see if you could find a deal or two?
Well, Cyber Monday's passed. I got to wait until next Cyber Monday.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, so I ordered a tablet, so pretty soon I'll be armed and dangerous, just like you.
Okay,
what are the specs on it? Is that an 8-inch, 11-inch?
I believe it's 11-inch. And
11-inch? Okay, I got an 11-inch one. I did not get that brand, though.
Okay, this is a little older. I'm kind of low-key in the market for a new one, to be honest with you. Don't tell my wife that. So we'll see.
Watching?
No, she's not.
Oh,
why would she do that?
Why not?
She sees me every day. Why would she want to watch me on purpose?
She should watch the stream and leave a like.
I'll tell her next time to watch the stream and she can leave
Thanks.
a like. We're gonna have a watch along, by the way, on Friday. We'll tell you more about that.
We are?
We are.
Okay.
Because we're off tomorrow, so we have to tell them about it tonight.
That's right.
During the post-game show. So more details on that when it comes to our watch along. Let's get you ready for tonight's game, though. At the AAC, Mavericks back off their 4-game road trip, finishing their road trip at 2-2. They welcome in a Miami Heat team, 14-7 so far. Third in the Eastern Conference has been really good. Tip-off at 7:30 p.m. You're going to be watching the game locally. You can do so on KFAA Channel 29 tonight as the Heat, 14-7 this year, 4-5 away from Miami so far this year on the road. Your Mavericks, of course, 7-15 on the year, 4-9 at the AAC through 13 games this season. Heat, 4.5-point favorite tonight, coming into the game with the over-under at 239.5 for those who are keeping track. Let's let you know where both of these teams are coming into tonight's game, starting, of course, with your Dallas Mavericks. We mentioned 7-15 on the year, 12th in the Western Conference, sit a game and a half behind the Portland Trailblazers right now for the 10 seed in the West, coming off, of course, back-to-back wins for the first time this year after beating the Clippers last Saturday and then beating up on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets on Monday night in what was a 131-121 win for their best win of the season. Dallas so far this year 3-5 against the Eastern Conference. The Mavericks, of course, will now play 3 of their next 4 games at home. Where have you heard that before? As the Mavericks will take on Miami tonight before they visit the Oklahoma City Thunder on Friday night, PJ Washington, on the first night of a road home back-to-back. They'll come back on Saturday night to take on Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat 14-7, third in the Eastern Conference, just a half game behind a terrific Toronto Raptors team to start off this year for the second seed in the East. They're coming off, is Miami, a win on Monday night at home over the Los Angeles Clippers themselves in a 140-123 win to finish their 4-game homestand, 3-1, which included a win over the Dallas Mavericks just 9 days ago. So far this year, Miami 6-3 against the Western Conference as they begin to stretch tonight due to the Miami Heat, where they play 6 of their next 7 games on the road. After tonight, they'll be in Orlando to take on the Magic on Friday night. They'll let you know the lay of the land of both of these teams coming into tonight's action, which gets us to the Kel'el Illustrators scouting report on what he's looking for in tonight's game between your Mavericks and the Miami Heat.
I was reviewing the box score from the last time these two teams played, and if you remember, that was the night when Miami was just – they were shooting a lot of threes, and they were shooting them a lot of inaccurately.
It literally made me sick to my stomach.
They were horrible.
Yeah, literally made me sick to my stomach, and I went home.
Now, in that game, they shot 7 of 15 on twos in the first quarter. Okay, so pretty bad. But they were above 50% on twos in each of the last 3 quarters. Now, AD did not play in that game. He is playing tonight. Spoiler alert. I hate spoiling the injury.
Oh, no. It's all over the internet.
Okay,
he's playing.
Anthony Davis is playing.
That's right.
Now, you would think, okay, AD's coming back, so they're going to defend the rim better than they did last time, right? Well, again, Miami was 5 of 27 from 3 in that game. So if you allow the same kinds of shots, you're going to defend the 2 better, but they're probably going to make more than 5 threes. Why do I know that? Well, that 18.5% clip that they shot against the Mavs is their lowest in a game all season, and one of only 4 times this year they've shot worse than 33.3% from 3, which is making 1 out of every 3. If they shot that, just 33.3% in that game, they would have won by 16.
Jeez.
And not 4. So it would have been a blowout. So while I think the Mavs will defend the rim better tonight, and Miami does go a little too big, they had Kel'el where they had Bam Adebayo out there a little bit together. If you start Gafford and AD, which please don't do that. But if they do, they should be able to contend with those guys better. You can't bank on them claying it a bunch from deep again. You have to find those guys. Fontecchio, consciousness.
Clanging like that.
Clanging just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
This is what Miami was doing all game.
Right, that's right.
All game. Now, the Heat also in that game shot 70% from the free throw line, which is their 3rd lowest mark in a game all year. So they had their lowest 3-point percentage, their 3rd lowest free throw percentage, and they still won. So the Mavs have to do better. Now, the one thing that happened in that game, Kevin, and this might be what you're about to talk about next. I see his name on the screen. That was the night that Ryan Nembhard, the GOAT, replaced D'Angelo Russell in the rotation, played a lot of the second half, was 1 of 7 from the floor, which is pretty putrid, I'm not going to lie, but 7 assists and 0 turnovers.
That's right.
I see here, and was +9. So the game completely changed whenever he checked in. Between Nembhard getting more minutes and shooting it better, hopefully, and AD coming back, and this game being in Dallas, I think this is going to be a much more even affair. But again, Miami was so cold from 3 in that game, and they still won. So I really think that this game is a bit of a toss-up, but Miami's just really good. It's hard to pick against them right now. But then again, that would require me to pick against Ryan Nembhard, and I just can't do that with clean.
We're not in the business of doing that right now.
I can't do that, man.
No, for sure. That gets us to our lead story going into tonight's game as the Mavericks come home after that 4-game road trip, finishing up that trip 2-2, looking for their first 3-game win streak of the season after back-to-back wins over the Clippers and the Nuggets. Dallas, of course, coming off that win on Monday, and we found out that Mavericks rookie sensation Cooper Flagg, your Western Conference Rookie of the Month. So the vibes feeling a little bit better around here. Anthony Davis is back, played his best game of the season on Monday night as well, dropping 32 and 13 along with 4 assists as well, altering shots at the rim and doing what he does on both ends of the floor. And now the Mavericks, who have won 2 of their 4 games at home against the Eastern Conference so far this year, the question is, Bobby Karalla, can the Mavericks find a way to continue to build that momentum and turn some of this good play that we have started to see here over the last few games and turn it into some home cooking where, unfortunately, they've struggled so far through 13 home games this year?
Momentum isn't real. Tanner and I had a big old argument about that beforehand. Momentum is not real. These forces are all under your control.
It's not what the thumbnail says.
Well, the thumbnail is a lie.
Didn't you make it?
Says
no, I didn't make anything. No. Tanner said, "Can I put this?" And I said, "No." And then I said, actually, if you want to, you can put it.
I said, give me a better idea, and he didn't have one. So.
I firmly believe
Sounds
that
like Tanner took control.
Momentum is completely and entirely fake, and if you expect these outside forces to influence what's happening, then you're gonna be in for a long night. I think the Mavs found things on the floor. Maybe spiritually they feel renewed. Maybe they feel more confident. Maybe all of these things are happening. But on the floor against the Nuggets, they were playing a good brand of basketball. They were playing real offense with a real point guard and a real center and a real slashing wing. And all of these things created what was an offensive masterpiece against a very, very disinterested and disorganized Denver Nuggets defense. Now, the Mavs could play that same exact quality of offense tonight and lose because the Heat are great. Okay, the Mavs have to also play better on defense than they did against the Nuggets, and they have to play better on defense than they have lately. Their defense has kind of been like for a little bit now, for the last week or two. Miami's a really, really good team. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you. So tonight, I would say, is more about trying to play that same caliber of offense that you did the other night, but also Miami plays so fast too, man. The Mavs were getting up and down the floor against Denver, but Miami's a totally different beast. Luckily, this game isn't at altitude, so their lungs won't burst like mine almost did running with Jeff Wilson earlier today. But, the Mavs are going to have to earn this with ceaseless running and really, really high-quality offense. There's no spiritual forces at play. You got to go out there and beat these guys.
And they will try to do so tonight because this is a Miami Heat team that loves to get up and down the floor. They're going to be led by Tyler Hero, who's averaging nearly 25 points per game since making his return after ankle surgery in the first 4 games that he's played so far this season. Bam Adebayo, a do-everything center for Miami, averaging over 19 points per game, giving 9 boards per contest as well in 15 games so far this year. Mavericks going to be led by the big man in the middle, of course, Anthony Davis, averaging over 21 points per game and giving you nearly 10 boards per contest as well, coming off that 32-point game that he had on Monday night. Cooper Flagg, as we mentioned, the reigning Western Conference Rookie of the Month, averaging 17 points per game and giving nearly 7 boards per contest in 21 games so far this season. The statistical profile of the Miami Heat is pretty damn good, as they are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, really one of the best teams in the league so far through their first 21 games. Number 2 in the NBA in points per game, which means tonight, boys and girls, the Mavericks for the second straight game will be playing a top 2 offense in the league. They played the number 1 offense on Monday night against the Denver Nuggets. Tonight, they will see the number 2 offense in the league in the Miami Heat. They're number 10 in field goal percentage, number 5 in three-point percentage as well. They also rebound the ball very nicely. They're number 5 in the NBA in rebounds per game, which gets them to a number 11 offensive rating. And check this out, top 5 in defense as well at number 4, which gets them overall to a number 6 net rating so far this year. So as you can see, a really good Miami Heat team coming into the AAC tonight. Final regular season meeting between these two teams. As I mentioned, they met just 9 days ago in South Beach, where the Miami Heat got a 106-102 win, despite the fact that P.J. Washington had 27 points in a losing effort. Tyler Hero made his season debut against Dallas in that victory, scoring 24 points in the win as the Miami Heat win that game just 9 days ago. The Mavericks look to even up the regular season series between these two teams. Shout out to Mav, LHP44, with
shout
the
out, Mav.
$5 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Huge Stars fan here and not really a Mavs fan. However, Bobby and Kevin are my favorite guys to listen to pre-game and post. Keep being great guys. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for saying that. I will not tell Owen, Luds, Sam, Ryan Botters, Sean Shapiro. I won't tell any of them that. Your secret is safe with us and the entire internet.
And shout out to you. Check out, of course, our DLLS Stars podcast. Best pre, post, and daily Stars podcast in the game today. Of course, with our superstar, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Craig Ludwig, part of that as well. We'll let you know who's in, who's out. We'll look at tonight's X Factors and focus in on our Mavericks player spotlight. You might have a good idea who it is. We'll talk about him here in just a moment. And we'll welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr., live from the AAC. But before that, let's help you win some money tonight when it comes to prize picks.
Yeah, I made the mistake again of thinking that I was going to do one thing and then forgetting to do that while I was actually making my pick. So, Ryan Nembhard, you are not part of my prize picks pick of the night, which means Ryan Nembhard is about to have the game of his life.
Go off
again. All right,
yes.
for like the 4th game in a row. The players I did pick, though, Cooper Flagg, more than 14.5 points. I wanted to go a little higher than that, but I'm just nervous that he'd have a good defense.
Come on, man. Scared money don't make money now.
I know. Kel'el Ware, more than 7.5 points. He looked like Shaq against the Mavs the last time they played.
Yeah, he did.
I got to think that AD coming back will help a little bit, but who's to say? And then finally, Tyler Hero, more than 19.5 points. Pretty muted projection for him on my part, but maybe he'll have a bad game. Who knows? If I hit, or rather when I hit, with my 2.3x multiplier, my $5 pick would net me $11.50 if you want to play along with me. Download Prize Picks. Use promo code DLLS whenever you make your first $5 play, and your account will be blessed with $50 in free plays to use anytime you like, and you can get rich and own a boat like
Captain Clay.
Captain Clay or Captain Bobby or whatever.
That's right.
Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Appreciate all of you joining us here on our DLLS Mavs pregame show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you
He's
are
not gonna
here.
cut away. He's going to make me just take this off on camera.
Well,
No courtesy cut away from Tanner.
No, not at all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports while you're here as we move closer to 38,000 subscribers here at DLLS Sports. Let's go out to the American Airlines Center and welcome in our Hey, wait a minute now. What is going on here? We welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer. He knows sports. He is Ron Harrod Jr. and apparently raiding my closet as we're both. Stop. Please don't with the 6'7". Please stop. Ron, what's going on?
How you all doing?
Doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. Let's let you know who's in and who's out tonight as we get Ron in here as well. Let's start with the visiting Miami Heat. Tyler Hero, he is available, of course, back after having surgery on that left ankle. Jaime Jaquez Jr., he's also available as well. He's been dealing with the right groin strain. Kashad Johnson, he's available. Got a head and illness issue with him. Nikola Jovic, he's available. He's dealing with the right hip. Check this out. Impingement, but he's available to go. Pele Larson, he's also available. He's dealing with a right toe sprain. Norman Powell, though, is out tonight with a left ankle sprain. The Heat announcing earlier today, which means the Mavericks will miss Norman Powell for both of the games this season against the Miami Heat. Andrew Wiggins, though, is available. He's been dealing with a left hip flexor strain for him. Meanwhile, for the Mavericks, Cooper Flagg is available. He continues to deal with that right thumb injury. Daniel Gafford is available tonight after missing the last couple of games with that right ankle injury management. PJ Washington, unfortunately, will miss his third straight game after slipping on an errant basketball in Los Angeles, which caused him to miss the Clippers game and the Nuggets game. He'll be out tonight as well. Derek Lively II, he's out tonight with the right foot injury management. We'll talk about that here quickly in a second. Kyrie Irving, he's out, of course, and Dante Exum out for the season. The Mavericks last night had an event with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively as they were sharing holiday pleasantries with young Mavericks fans. And as you saw on our DLLS Mavs account, a boot befitting the right foot right now of Derek Lively II. So we're in the evaluation period for Derek Lively. We will see what that means over the next couple of days, as the Mavericks had said that he would be reevaluated once they get back to Dallas. They are back. We will see what that will look like in the next few days. But yes, he was seen wearing a black walking boot on that right foot at that event last night. Ron, what did Jason Kidd have to say prior to tonight's game?
Yeah, well, in pregame, Jason Kidd talked a lot, just about Ryan Nembhard. I mean, not a coincidence. There were a lot of questions about the rookie point guard. Jason Kidd seemed very cheerful talking about Ryan Nembhard. You didn't really have to, quote unquote, pull teeth to get him to talk for 2 minutes uninterrupted about Ryan Nembhard. There's very few players in this team that he's kind of done that for. I think it just kind of shows kind of Kidd's love of Ryan Nembhard's game. I think the best things he said was that everyone loves playing with Ryan Nembhard. As we've talked about multiple times on the show, that's kind of the vibe we saw. But now this is kind of the first home game since he's been in the starting lineup. He officially, told the home media. So I think that was kind of a big, factor. He also talked about, Cooper Flagg and, his poise and his ability that, seeing him growing. And I also got a chance to talk to Eric Spoelstra, the Heat head coach. He sung Cooper Flagg's praises, just kind of talking about how if he was Cooper Flagg's age, he said he'd be stat hunting. So he was kind of praising Cooper Flagg's ability to not do that and be poised and mature. And he said just a bunch of good things about Flagg. So the Mavs fans, should feel really good that one of the best coaches in the NBA is very positive and high on Cooper Flagg.
Ryan Nembhard, by the way, number 10 on NBA.com's rookie ladder.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, a couple of Duke products at number 1 and number 2, both Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg winning Western and Eastern Conference Rookies of the Month in the association. So the Duke brethren ruling at the top of the rookie class so far this year. I imagine Eric Spoelstra is going to have a particular eye on Cooper Flagg over the next couple of years because, as we know, Eric Spoelstra is Team USA's head coach now, and I would imagine a certain Cooper Flagg might find his way onto Team USA going into the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. So we'll see how that particularly goes. Super chat from Classic Stain Lover for $1.99. Ron knows sports. So, Ron, the question is, Iowa Fam or AZ Fudd for the Dallas Wings #1 overall pick?
Look, I'm very biased. I'm from Washington, D.C. AZ Fudd played at St. John's in Washington, D.C. I'm going to have to go with the hometown kid. We're from the same area. I'm going with AZ Fudd.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
The good thing is no matter who they choose, it will be a good pick.
That is very true.
It's like a...
Touché.
You know.
It'll be even better if they draft AZ Fudd, though.
It'll be even better if they draft Iowa Fam.
I'm partial. I want the shooter. I want the best shooter in the country to play along with the best point guard in the game. Might make a lot of sense. Might be a lot of fun, but we'll see. Let's continue here on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Classic Stain Lever dropping another $1.99 super chat. Trade everyone before we get good enough to get the 11th spot.
That's good.
I mean,
LOL.
Get that trade value up, I guess. Get that trade value up.
You need the guys to play well in order to trade them. That's the quagmire they're in, right?
That's all right.
Like, you got to play well in order to have value, and if you play well, you're probably going to win. So that's why we see teams oftentimes are going to tank like basically after the deadline.
Hello,
like
Utah.
February, and especially into March and April. In the meantime, though, if you're just like sitting guys or playing them and they suck, then you're not going to be able to trade them at all. So we're kind of in that in-between phase right now.
Let's get to our Mavericks player spotlight tonight, and we focus in on the undrafted rookie out of Gonzaga who's making waves across the NBA. And, of course, his name is Ryan Nembhard. Over his last 3 games, averaging over 17 points per game, shooting 60% from downtown, shooting nearly 67% from the field. And, oh, by the way, got a near 6-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio during that span as well, averaging nearly 6 assists per game and only giving you 1 turnover per contest. Of course, becoming the first undrafted rookie in NBA history to score at least 25 points, dish out 10 dimes, and not turn the ball over one single time. Ryan Nembhard, popularity growing. In fact, made an appearance on NBA Sirius XM radio. He's been getting a lot of love over the last few days because, Ron, he has been putting in work and giving the Mavericks some stability, finally, it appears, at the point guard position.
And that's another player that Eric Spoelstra was smiling talking about. He said that Mark Few, the Gonzaga coach, has been, banging on his door to draft a player like Ryan Nembhard or even his brother, that he, haven't got any of those guys. But he says that's a player he's been hearing about for years on years, and Mark Few's been telling him about. He said he loves the Gonzaga guys. He said, it's kind of a heat way to kind of see the two-way player guy become an actual NBA starter. It's very Miami Heat culture-like. So he was happy to, see a player do something like that. I think it's kind of like, full circle moment, kind of even for the league, that Ryan Nembhard is making a start this early in his NBA career against a team like the Miami Heat, who's had the Hassan Whitesides of the league kind of go from this unknown to a two-way to then, I think, eventually a max contract even for Hassan Whiteside at one point. So it just shows kind of how things can kind of come full circle in the league. But yeah, Ryan Nembhard has been one of the better guards in the NBA over the last 3 games. Just keep adding onto it. The Heat run really fast, but I wouldn't, a player like Ryan Nembhard who can run or slow down the pace actually could be in Dallas's benefit, because if he's doing so well kind of controlling the pace for the Dallas Mavericks, that actually could slow down the Miami Heat. And we all know the Miami Heat want to run everybody. So his impact could be shown even against a team like the Heat.
Another Team USA reference, Mark Few has been on plenty of Team USA staffs coaching alongside Eric Spoelstra, so not surprised that Mark Few has been in the ear of Eric Spoelstra talking about the guys that he's been coaching throughout the years, including Ryan Nembhard, who, of course, led the country in assists a year ago before, of course, coming to the Dallas Mavericks. Friend of the DLLS Mavs podcast, of course, is one Ryan Nembhard, looking for him to continue his good play tonight as he takes on a Miami Heat team that's been playing very well so far this year. That gets us to our X factors for tonight's game. Before we get out of here, again, tip-off at 7:30 p.m. If you're watching the game locally, you can do so on KFAA Channel 29 as well, or if you're outside of the Dallas market, the game is available on NBA TV tonight if you do have NBA TV to be able to watch tonight's game. Bobby, I'll start with you on this one with X Factor number 1 because you started to mention him a little bit. It is beware of Kel'el Ware, because last time these two teams got together, which was just 9 days ago, as you mentioned, kind of went prime Shaq on the Mavericks, going for 20 points, 18 rebounds, and oh, by the way, went 3 of 5 from downtown, was knocking down some threes in that game. AD back in the middle tonight to try to slow down a guy in Kel'el Ware who's averaging 10.6 rebounds per game, which is good for 7th in the association. How does AD and Daniel Gafford, who's back tonight, look to try to slow down the man in the middle for Miami?
Well, they're starting AD and not Gafford. So on the Bird, I posted a poll. Now, granted, it was only 77 votes, so this is not like the biggest representation of the population, 77 votes, but 72.7% of people voted for Najee or a wing to start alongside AD and not Gafford. So if the Mavs are going to be starting one big, if Miami's starting 2, then it's going to be tough. But yeah, I mean, you got to mark that guy. He was really good the other night. Not the other night, the other week. When did they play?
9 days ago.
9 days ago?
That's right.
God, it feels like a lifetime ago.
It does.
Think of how bad the vibes were back then. Terrible vibes.
Vibes much better now. Ryan Nembhard, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, Najee Marshall, Anthony Davis, your starting 5 tonight, which means Daniel Gafford will be coming off the bench for your Mavericks at the center spot. So again, Ryan Nembhard, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, Najee, the knife, Mark Stein, and Anthony Davis will be your starting 5 tonight for your Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to Sarah in the chat as well. We see you in there hanging out with us as well. Ron, I'll get to you on this one. You started to mention just a second ago yourself with X Factor number 2. You got to put your track shoes on tonight. These are 2 of the fastest teams in the NBA this year. Heat number 1, boys and girls, in pace so far this year. Mavericks not too bad themselves. Number 6 in pace so far this year. Both teams like to get up and down the floor. Miami number 2 in the association in fast break points. Dallas number 7 in the fast break point department. We think we might see a track meet breakout tonight inside the AAC.
And that's something that Eric Spoelstra talked about. He was asked, he said basically every single away game he's being asked the question about like why change the offense. And his big thing, I mean, he was very adamant early in his conversation of, hey, we were embarrassed last year in the playoffs. Something had to change. And even a coach that's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, if he's not already in there for Team USA purposes, he decided, hey, we have to make a huge change. They were one of the slower teams over the previous couple of seasons. They made the change to up the pace in the no pick and roll kind of thing. And it's completely changed the offense. And players like Tyler Hero, I'm not sure if people have watched outside of the Mavericks game, a bunch of Heat games. It's really weird where sometimes people are just like standing around waiting for the screen, but the screen never comes. It's a very interesting offense, a very fun offense kind of to watch because it's so different than the rest of the NBA. And I'm not surprised a coach like Eric Spoelstra is like, you know what? Hold my beer, NBA. Let me show you how to really coach basketball. So tonight we're in for a treat.
And the Mavericks look to keep up with that fast-paced Miami team. A team in Dallas that held Miami to just 106 points the last time these two teams got together. The last one for tonight, as far as our X factors are concerned, you got to limit the mistakes if you're the Dallas Mavericks. Miami so far this year, number 5 in the NBA, scoring 21.1 points per game off turnovers. They will make you pay if you are careless with the basketball. This is a team in Dallas that unfortunately has been in the bottom half of turnovers per game so far this year, one of the worst in the league in turning the ball over. They're getting a little bit better as of late thanks to better point guard play, but the Miami Heat will make you pay if you turn the ball over. Can't do it tonight. Otherwise, you will give them free opportunities to get free points, and you don't want to do that against a talented Miami group. Ron, we appreciate you joining us here on the pregame show. We look forward to your coverage after tonight's game from the American Airlines Center, and we'll talk to you then.
See you guys.
Bye, Ron.
You can find him on X at Ron No Sports. He's our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. That'll do it for us here on our DLLS Mavs pregame show. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on DLLS Sports. Like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports while you're here as well. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. We'll be back here about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer here on our post-game show as our national NBA insider Mark Stein will be joining us live from the American Airlines Center as well. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curla. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you post-game right here after the Miami Heat take on your Dallas Mavericks. Y'all be good. We'll talk to you then. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.